Good morning, this is Beldragos back on the Chili server, and again today we're playing on the Direwolf 20. And I would like to thank you all for popping in today. We can start out by the ever-present asking for likes and subscribes. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and then now that that's out of the way, we can get back into the episode. If you remember last time, we were talking about, I'll go and show. We were talking about replacing some dynamos and everything, but before I talk onto that, I want to fill you in on the update for our test. I want to get that going. I set up a quantum quarry using one of those nether stars to make it, and I sent over here the tier 1 void ore miner. I turned them both on briefly to make sure they worked. And I said that we're going to do a side-by-side test. It's about 1 minute into this recording. I'm going to show that both containers are empty. And at the end of the episode, we're going to come back and see what each one has been able to take side by side. It's pulling in a bunch of dirt. And it's pulling in some more. They are both working. I've got the ender tank with the lava from the nether. And if the nether runs out of lava, we're all going to be hurting. But if my pump runs out of lava within range because it's getting close, then that'll end the test fairly because both engines are running exactly the same. I have a magmatic dynamo reinforced with the fuel catalyzer that gives more energy, and the isentropic reservoir, which demands coolant but increases power generation efficiency. Both of them are set up like this, and because of that, they kick out 320 RF per tick. So any power that it's being taken, as you can see, it's working. Any power that is going to be taken will be taken out of both. And as this builds up the energy, it'll cycle through. Now, we're going to take and leave these and let them run till the end of the episode. Then we're going to spend a couple minutes comparing the output. I replaced the magmatic furnaces with the magmatic dynamos. Again, everything's been upgraded to the same level that I'm using back around the corner. So there, and then I upgraded the flux duct here to allow the greater power up until this area, because I've got a cradle set up for 5 energy cells. I took and made an item repair. So if I'll throw this in. It'll take and use power to repair an item. So I took and repaired all my armor. I moved this from, I don't believe I showed it to you before, but I moved this to this area. Set up the wireless RF transmitter to power these. The transmitter is based behind the wall back here, connecting to the far face, so it's got direct connection to the main power buffer. And that's all I've done down here. Oh, and I set up a crucible for the ender pearl and glowstone. This is almost full. Other than that, nothing has changed down here. Other than that. Coming up here on the main level, I did not do anything except I remade my banner that I use on every server. The ever watchful eye. I took and upgraded my casting assistant on last episode, and then I found the spells that I wanted for it. I added Sanctuary Cage, Quarry Loop, Mist Dispersion, and Overgrowth to my arsenal. This is what Overgrowth does. Let's go over here. Creates a circle, and it just, everything goes haywire, and it's good for fields. It doesn't work that well on trees, but you get the idea. Sanctuary Cage is a spell you can use to create a safe spot. Just fire, and it creates boxes around you. Mobs will not be breaking the boxes, but you can. And once they're cleaned up, everything's good. Another spell that I used. Let's go out here where it doesn't matter. We'll do it right here. Is something called Quarry Loop. I fire it, and it starts destroying, breaking blocks, and it appears that it'll do a whole chunk, a 16 by 16 area, from about here on over. If I want it to stop, I just mouse off it, and my gun powers back up. And it will sustain it for quite some time. And my offensive that I added. I love this little spell. If it was night, I could show you more, but this poor cow is going to learn. What it does, it creates an explosion and a light and throws everything in the air. Instant kill. Get out of my way or you're next. Oh, you're next. Tested on the wither, no effect. It one-shots just about everything except for Enderman and Polar Bear. Polar Bear, you need 2 shots. Enderman, he wouldn't stick around for me to do a second shot, just kind of ran away. I went, okay, it works. So those are my spells on the casting assistant. And they are somewhat useful. Put the copper away. Drop everything else in here. But I wanna do something else. I know I've got a dozen of them sitting in here, so I'll just go to the where there's 12 or more. Unless I've got even more than I thought. Oh well, I'll do it this way. I don't want to take the mystical ones. They're a pain in the butt to find. I need to find some flowers. We're going to make a... All I have is figures. I'm going to take and make a hole over here. Grab my bucket. Should have grabbed 2 buckets. Oh well. Too late. Make a water source so it fills. And create a gate to the Twilight. I haven't been there to check it out yet. Anything from biomes? Plenty. I don't want to use burning blossom. Wait, I know where I put them. I put them in here. 12 clover. Nice low. It counts as a flower, but it doesn't stick up in the way. You have to have a hole surrounded by 12 flowers. And here, let me get rid of this stuff. Go in with a clean inventory. Yeah, I'll take some meat. Flowers all the way around 2x2 hole of water. Toss in a diamond. And then hop in. We're heading to the Twilight. Take a moment. Sometimes when you do this, you get the diamond back. If not, oh, here it is right here. You get the diamond back. Wonder if that's a bug. I'm not complaining. First things first. Right here, make a waypoint. New. I always like to add one more to this, just in case. It's a habit picked up when on servers where the teleport was enabled. Home portal. Let's make it nice and blue. That way we can always find our way back. What do we got here? Some nice trees. Nice big tree over here. Well, sometimes there's stuff buried in the bottom of wells. Not this time. Actually, yeah, right here. Time limit. Oh yeah, I've got water thing on my helmet, so I don't have to worry. Respiration. All sorts of new stuff over here. Burning house. The druid spawner inside. Guess the fireplace kicked in. Sometimes underneath these runes, there is... Here, let me grab the correct tool. I'll just grab the hammer and my excavator. Sometime underneath the houses, there's a cave. I would have found it by now. Somebody we can test. Oops, he shoots. We shoot back. I don't want that. Here you go, sir. It's almost too easy. I don't know what that was. Okay. Prevented the forest fire. Somebody's just not careful with their houses. It's been 17 minutes. Home is this direction. Here's the well. See what else we can see. Is this Hollow Hill? Yes, it is. Tons of minerals back here. You thought that's funny? Never bring a pick to a gunfight. So we're going to have to take and mine that out. I'd like to actually strip mine it from the top to bottom. There's stuff hidden all over in the dirt. It goes quite a ways down. Another well. Yep, another well. Thought I saw it. Some more house ruins. Looking at 8. Oh, same one I was at before. Going in circles. Cicadas. Bring those back and have those in the background at the house. Labyrinth. These spiders are a pain in the butt. Fireflies and diamonds. Actually, I'm going to use this to drop some of this stuff. Iron boots, I got better. Bring that back. Don't need the hops. Got plenty of granite and cobblestone dirt. What's in this one? There's wolves over here that do not like me. As you notice, you don't really need to aim. So yeah, this plenty around here to get. I never even aimed close to him. So yeah, this spell seems a little OP. Mushrooms. That's rain. Go away. But let's check and see what else is here. Map. Got a labyrinth. We'll swing up here, up to the north a little bit to round out the circle, then go back to the portal. So let's go this direction some more. XP, Breakfast of Champions. But not as good as pork chops. Another labyrinth. I mean, another maze. There's a difference between a maze and a labyrinth. The maze is on the surface. The labyrinth is underground, full of minotaurs. And is quite deep and extensive. It's an episode of several runs. It would take all several hours to go through one properly. And probably give you several deaths. And here we are getting close to our portal. There's the big tree. These are all hollow inside, by the way. If you want to make a base, inside one of these trees is a good place. Here, I'll show you. Don't want to use my axe, that'll chop most of the tree down. So I'm going to have to do the old-fashioned tree punching. And it's hollow all the way up, usually with vines. Let me get rid of the vines so that they'll grow, the trees so the vines will grow down. But you can climb up, make several layers in here, use the vines as ladders. Or even use the elevator mod to make elevators to teleport up each level, and you can build yourself a house up here. And all the big trees are like that. Well, that's our little exploration into the Twilight. Hey, we gained a diamond out of it. Waiting for server. I'll put the fireflies in there for now. I'm going to toss everything except for my angel ring into my backpack so we can go down and compare. It's been about 20... I'm on a counter of 24.5 minutes. And we're about a minute and a half in. So I'm going to shut this off. Shut this off. Still doing good in lava. Ran out of water. But this is what... Let's organize it. We got 4 coal, 4 iron, copper, tin, quartz, and a bunch of other stuff. Over here, yeah, hands down. Void Ore Miner wins this, hands down. So I'm going to leave this off, but I'm going to leave it in place. Are these tanks are full? I'll figure out why the water isn't running. Maybe this is using it all up. Suppose I should get that going to fill it back up. I do this so I can tell whether or not it's been running. But why isn't that working? I might have to break this and replace it. Oh, we'll worry about that later. But like I said, we have a clear winner here. I'll take and process these, all the minerals, and put everything else in storage. At least we get some grass blocks out of this. That's because I had a silk touch. That way we get actual coal instead of bits of coal. For fairness, because the other one does the full minerals. It's one of the things I found out when I tested it. I realized I had to put a silk touch book in it to make the test fair. Otherwise I would just be pulling out coal instead of the coal ore. But yeah, clear winner here. I'm going to keep this running, see what I can fill it up at. Well, hopefully you found the episode... Now it's full. Hopefully you found the episode interesting. Maybe I have to set up a second one of these to make sure the supply. I don't know how it affected the test. But I'm going to sign off, call this an episode, and I will see you next time. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to put them in below and hit those like and subscribe buttons so I know what you're interested in, whether or not you like my videos. Thank you very much, and I will talk to you next time.